I did it.
Gucci goo.
I think so. Yeah. Everything.
Are we supposed to be on TikTokers right now?
Both. Yeah. So, okay, YouTube should be going through if I did it right. My preview on YouTube is still loading. Does everything sound okay?
I don't know. I need to check.
She live for sure.
I don't see anything on the
Oh no, we're good.
TikTokers.
You have to go one. It's definitely there. You have to go. The live on TikTok is kind of stupid, the way that they have it set up. You have to like go to the profile for us somewhere and then like hit. Like it doesn't just.
You got to hit live.
Mm-hmm. Well, like it's live, for sure, but it's the way that
It's
you have to go.
asking me if I want to go live now.
So
what
like,
I'm trying to say is I'm not seeing it. So I went to our profile.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it does this.
But you're saying we are live.
Oh, wait,
I know last time when I did this, it would.
You have to not be like on our account, if that makes sense at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you're on,
I won't worry about it.
If you're on a separate one, it should. It's just the way that like Restream works.
Yep.
It's very like weird about that. And I don't have. I think my iPad's downstairs. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna roll with it. We'll see what happens. I'll check it later.
Are we live on the YouTubers yet?
Yes, we are. I have to. I'm reloading because it's. I wasn't getting a live preview. Now I am, and here we are. And I think everything looks good. Okay. All right, Joseph. Sorry, everyone. I know that was a little weird. I think we're good. I think everything is working. You mind posting in the Discord for me?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on everything to go live on the YouTubers.
It is live.
It is not showing up on my end. Let me try again. It says that we're waiting. Let me make sure. Yep, I'm on my. It's waiting for the underground is what it says.
Is it from the link that I sent? Is that what you clicked on?
Oh wait, hang on.
Is that the problem?
Yeah. So. Yeah, your link that you sent is working, but when you go to YouTube and it goes to the homepage, it says there's an upcoming stream at 6:54. So like our actual live stream isn't on my homepage.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, everything's it's working. I don't know what.
But your actual live stream is. I had to go to that from your link. So oh well.
Yeah, dude.
It's working. We got comments. We're live.
Do you
Let me
both
see how we
think
sound.
Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan?
Yep.
And if you've watched Maul, Shadow Lord, do you think that the pink Twi'lek Devin will become Darth Talon?
I don't know hardly anything about Star Wars to be able to answer that perfectly.
Yeah,
I know all the big overarching highlights. I know who Darth Maul is and stuff like that, but I know the good guy of the story, Darth Vader, and the villain, Luke Skywalker.
Good one, Joseph. Good one.
Haha.
Keanu will put his heart into anything that he does these days, I think.
Yep.
Has for a while. I don't know if because the biggest thing with Star Wars at this point, I think, because like we at this point we're not keeping up with the beats of Star Wars. It's more about the where is the franchise? How healthy is the franchise? Mandalorian.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I was thinking the other day about like what's a good segment we could do, and I was thinking about like taking these different IPs and creating a list and being like, hey, do you think this is something they can build upon or should be buried? Like build or bury?
Like the health of
yeah.
Like
the health, and so we could talk about it, and we could call the segment like build or bury or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about the health of different franchises.
Yeah.
And movies and just like, popular things. Almost like, should this be rebooted? Should it not? Still.
Yeah, exactly.
Should more be added to it? Like, we really need that season 4 and 5 of Rings of Power,
Yes, definitely keep going.
And
with that.
Build
upon
who's been listening.
Build upon season 2 of Rings of Power, please.
Yeah. And anybody who's been listening to this podcast long enough knows that I've been clamoring for the Hunt for Gollum. So
yes. Yeah, but I mean, like the health of Star Wars just seems to not be in such a great place right now.
No.
Mandalorian and Grogu. I feel like I'm not even saying real words. They, I mean, it's made back its quote unquote budget, quote unquote, but I don't think that's really, obviously, like we've talked about it before. Yeah. So it was allegedly on and I don't want to go in the weeds with the numbers. I'm over it for the most part, but it 173 million to date. Alleged production budget 165 million. So we both know they'll use that as like a we'll see, or like someone's defending this. Someone liked that movie. I don't know who, because I haven't seen anybody say anything particularly nice about it. But it did make its alleged budget back. We'll have to see what happens like next week. The drop off's probably going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, but wasn't it like the lowest opening for a Disney Star Wars film?
I don't know.
I think I remember seeing that. But yeah, the drop off is going to be hard.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not really seeing it anywhere. You're not seeing people talk about typically with Star Wars stuff, and like back in the day in Marvel and DC and everything. You know what I mean when I say DC, like Christopher Nolan. I'm not talking about like even Zack Snyder's DC.
Some of that stuff still made money. I mean,
Aquaman talked about it.
Aquaman made $1 billion.
Yeah, but it was in the cultural zeitgeist. So is what I'm talking about. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not the same anymore for sure. People are they're moving on from a lot of this stuff, I think. And I've seen maybe 5 people talk about it. I follow I try to keep like somewhat of a variety of people with different opinions in there. And there's like some you could outside of the Star Wars that I could even like care about, basically being the original trilogy and then the prequels. There's like people who like the Clone Wars stuff. They like some of the their main line, I guess, but I still consider them spin-offs. But like the television shows and other things like that, people like some of that stuff, and it's fine, I guess. It just never did anything for me, and it always has frustrated me because it's felt like Star Wars is like one of those weird things now where it feels like Frankenstein to me, where it's like you can see what it originally was, but it's so like lost in all of these like other pieces of things that are trying to add to the story, trying to make it better, trying to expand on the lore and and none of it has ever been that interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it never quite hit. I mean, even the
Feels like
the prequels to some degree.
pony.
Well, and that's the thing is like I think Lucas had. I mean, man, people love the expanded universe from the books from a long time ago. At this point, it's kind of old. People back in the day were like super thrilled with that for the most part, and they decided to ignore that, and they're doing all of these other things, and none of the stuff that they're doing feels quite right. But you might, to a degree, be correct. Like I mean, in my mind, right, and the way that I've always approached it is like you never needed prequels, really. Like the movies, I don't find add a whole lot to what we already had,
Right?
because like stuff like that has a tendency, regardless of the franchise you're talking about, it has a tendency to remove some of the mystery that maybe didn't need to be removed.
Yep.
From
People want to
characters.
answer for everything,
Mm-hmm.
but mystery is a storytelling element.
Yeah, 100%. And it helps both ways, because sometimes it's better that you don't try to explain every little detail of something, you know? Like
Yep.
why was Obi-Wan on oh my gosh, Tatooine for as long as he was, you know? And I think like the way it used to work when people would expand that stuff in books and be like, yes, this could be it, you know? I think some of that was fine. I think I find a lot of the modern attempts to be really lazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Just bad writing.
Did you ever see Solo, the Han Solo spinoff?
No.
So it does one of those like kind of egregious things that prequels do sometimes, where it's like they literally are like, we have to show you where he got his gun from.
Oh yeah.
And I'm over here like, no, guys, you didn't.
I remember
need to do
you
that.
talking about that.
You didn't need to do that. It's just like, and the guy, if I remember correctly, because I think I saw that movie when it was in theaters, and then never again. And I remember just being like, okay. And then like they kind of do the same thing with where he got his name from, and it's like, why can't he just be Han Solo? Like, why does his name have to have some other meaning behind it besides it being his name? You know? I don't find those decisions in like what I would call like prequel writing all that impactful or interesting or meaningful, because you're not, and what they're trying to do, and what they were trying to do with Solo was show a like how he got to where he was, like how Han became the man that he was. But like I don't think they did a very good job of it. That movie's hyper convoluted, and there's this like weird love interest thing going on, and they've expanded from what I've read and seen, they've expanded on it in side stuff to some degree, and like characters from that have popped up. But they make this whole like big deal that Darth Maul shows up at the end, and Kira, his girlfriend, she's like this underground mob boss, but it never really goes anywhere, and definitely not anywhere interesting with what they have done. But some people have liked that new Maul show, but like we were saying before, like I'm not keeping up with that stuff anymore. Like I don't really care. It's not kind of as
Not that interesting anymore, because they bombed so hard for so long that it's, we've talked about this before, where you start to lose the trust of your audience, and it's a lot harder to regain that trust.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, there's a reason that we use the word slop when it comes to a lot of this stuff, because it's not there's no like substance in it, Yep. It's like the bare minimum of like what you put up on a screen that someone might watch. You might get enough people to go see Grogu and Mandalorian to maybe break even. And part of me is thinking I mean, this is not the way that
your Star Wars. It shouldn't be that way. It should be making 2 to 3 times its money.
How much what was the last movie called? Is it Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I think so.
There it is.
I'd rather eat a bag of stale chips than watch Star Wars.
Even worldwide box office for Rise of so Rise of Skywalker, its budget was ridiculous if I remember correctly. So production budget was almost $300 million. So if you're, what is it, 2.5? Is that where we're at now? What people usually say is what you need to multiply it by.
You said 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yep.
Roughly. I feel like
what we do.
I feel like it changes
anywhere between 2 and 3 times the amount. So we just kind of land in the middle of 2.5.
Yeah. Well,
because there's a lot more that goes into it than that. Because just because they make, example, $100 million at the box office, I think they typically split that at domestically. It's 50% with the theater and 50% with the studio typically.
So Rise of Skywalker made a little over $1 billion on if we're doing the production budget roughly, even if we're being like nice about it, the production budget was probably $500 million, maybe, and probably a little more than that. So
the production budget was $500 million, let's say, then it would have needed to make $1.2 billion
to break even.
Yeah, to break even. Yeah, more than $1.2 billion.
But even just take like the number, like right, like that, just that number of what it made at the theater, because we've talked about this before too, and that sometimes that's just like enough for the studio.
Yep.
So even if we just take that number, Mandalorian and Grogu sitting at 173 million. I know it's like there needs to be some time, right? So like this movie will probably come. I mean, I can imagine it hits about 250 million. Even with like a pretty harsh drop off by the time it's out of theater, 250 million. But I think people went to go see it because there's still like this group of people that like will just go see Star Wars or whatever. Like they're holding on to it like so desperately. But it's gonna fall off super hard because I think the nicest things that I've heard about the movie so far is they're just like it's basically just a few episodes of The Mandalorian. So it's like if you want some more of that, the theater's got it for you now. It's most people are saying it was like pointless to turn this into a movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like that's
who was clamoring for it?
That's such a fall off because you would essentially need 5 more weeks of the kind of motion that Mandalorian got in its first week in theaters for the next 5 weeks in order for the movie to hit what Rise of Skywalker made. And I know it's not the same thing, right? Because it doesn't have like the normal like Star Wars thing going behind it. But it also just shows like the decline of Star Wars in all of this. One, that this is what they decided to release in theaters. And then I think the amount of money that it's made so far also shows that as well. And who knows what its actual budget was. I feel like I think they put this thing in IMAX, if I remember correctly. I could have sworn oh yeah, they did. They put it in IMAX.
I saw that IMAX was up for sale too.
Oh really?
Yeah. Isn't it up for sale?
Is it like going bankrupt, or is it just one of those things that somebody's trying to like sell it off?
Exploring a potential sell and has initiated preliminary talks with major entertainment tech and corporate entities.
I just don't think I don't know if IMAX has really like hit the way that. I mean, I think it was really cool back in the day, like being able to be in this like massive theater, and it like worked with certain movies, like especially older, like Nolan's older stuff.
Right.
I saw Inception in IMAX when it was in theaters, and that was super cool. But you're just kind of, especially back in the day, you were paying for like premium seats, a much bigger screen, and like premium audio. So that's like that was what was going into the ticket. And I don't know if a lot of people care about that anymore. I don't know how many movies are coming out on a regular basis that people are clamoring to do that. Like I know,
That's the problem, right?
When Lord of the Rings gets re-released, if they put those like in IMAX, that does really well. Because I want to say that they did that with when they released them again in January. I want to say that you could go to IMAX theaters to see them, just like on the massive screen. And then the Dune stuff, allegedly, the tickets for the IMAX for Dune 3 all sold out like super fast. Oops, don't do that, David. So yeah, it's weird.
Certain movies it hits with,
but like the problem is like it's not enough to make it viable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that's what it seems like, at least.
If you don't have movies coming out pretty much every week, or at least a movie that can last for like a month or longer. Like we're not in that age of like the Marvel stuff anymore. I'm sure Marvel was driving some of the ticket stuff for IMAX, and I don't think people really care about that quite as much anymore. We have a thing here called RPX that I actually kind of hate. It basically is just really bassy, loud movie going experience. Like your seat will like shake, and I think it's kind of cool for certain movies to have like the crazier audio in it, but for the most part I'm like, it's not worth the money. Just put me in a regular theater. Like I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let me go see it in a regular theater. It's totally cool.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like and that's what I'm saying is like we just don't get the kind of movies anymore that makes that experience worthwhile to pay the extra money for, like, the slightly better like experience.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I agree with you.
So yeah, well, what were you
saying?
Hmm?
Do you think Disclosure Day is gonna do anything big? Like the final trailer is gonna release. It's releasing on June 12th, but I saw reports that they're forecasting somewhere between 35 to 50 million for opening weekend.
I mean,
the budget was up reportedly 115 million. So really, multiply that by 2.5.
250, right? Roughly.
288.
Okay.
So,
it could do it. When's it coming out?
We'll see.
It's summer.
June 12th.
Okay, so it's like they're just going for like a prime summer movie. How do you feel about Disclosure Day?
I don't think it's a movie I necessarily care to go see in the theater. Like, it seems like the trailers that I've watched, I would watch it on here at the house. Like, I'd go and rent it, if we had like a Blockbuster still. But I don't know. I guess the trailers haven't enticed me enough to be like, oh, okay, a movie about aliens again.
If I see, yeah.
I mean, I know it's I am glad it's a new IP that they're trying to do something new. But I don't know. I guess it just hasn't pulled me in.
Do you like say, because I might
Spielberg really still kind of the same?
Spielberg. Sorry.
Steven
Spielberg. I think we're just going to call him Steven Spielberg from now on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But is like, what's the last few?
Good question. You should look it up because I have far too many open tabs, and I'm worried if I click the wrong thing, I'm going to break the stream.
We're gonna do producer, director. Let's do director.
Yeah, do director. Producer doesn't count.
Yep. So Disclosure Day This is one upcoming. Previously, The Fablemans, which is all right.
Oh, you saw that. You said you kind of liked that, right? Like
Yeah,
it was kind
right.
of cool. I should probably watch that. I heard people say they liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. West Side Story.
Oh no, that bombed, didn't it? He directed West Side Story, the one with Rachel Zegler.
Yep.
Holy moly!
Ready Player One.
No, not good. It was not good. It was kind of fun. Like it's dumb, mindless slop.
Gotcha.
It really is.
BFG, I thought was all right.
Yeah, I remember people liking that, but again, we're not talking about like massive Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, Lincoln, War Horse, Adventures of Tintin.
Wait, I liked Tintin. That's the animated one, right? But then again, like we're not
just wanted to keep
nothing that you're whack.
Tintin
Adventures of Tintin, whack. War Horse, whack.
Jurassic Park,
whack.
Schindler's List, just Saving Private Ryan.
We're just doing the same thing that everyone does now, where oh man, I feel like we could do a whole episode on people trying to sort of like what is it, like not rewrite history, but the people get on and they're going like, actually this thing that's really good is awful, actually.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's like that, or people are going like, actually Christopher Nolan is a terrible director and none of the stuff that he's ever done has been good. It's like,
just because of the crap he has coming out.
Stop. Like listen, he's got to eat one
because of what he did in his last movie, how he casted it.
Probably.
And that because it was only Nolan, that technically by the criteria from the Oscars, it shouldn't have been nominated for anything because it didn't meet the criteria.
And
but because it was Nolan, it did.
Because and we didn't talk. I think we didn't talk about this. So I finally
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, and I liked Oppenheimer. I think
too long, way too long.
Sure, but like for me, it just listen. I've said this before. I'm perfectly happy to have actors in rooms acting, and it not just be like blah 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 blah, like all the time. Like it was nice to see. And I like the way that he typically handled it, and like Nolan is a good director, like he just is. And I don't like Tenet. I did not think Tenet was good. Oh no.
Yeah, Nolan is a good director.
Hang on. I got distracted with.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will go see Disclosure Day. Because now that I'm looking at his IMDb, it's like,
listen.
He hasn't. It's been a long time. Like, I'm not going to count Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No, you do. You count. Listen, you have to count everything.
No, I'm talking about for the last hit he had.
Oh,
would probably be.
No, especially
Catch
that
Me
movie's
If
still
You Can.
bad. Probably.
Saving Private Ryan or Catch Me If You Can.
That's crazy. And that's the thing, man. Is like, I think directors, just like a lot of different industries, like not every it turns out, and I know like not everybody likes Tarantino, but it turns out not everybody can be Quentin Tarantino. Not everybody can. He's okay. So to be fair, he has one movie that I would consider bad, and I think he doesn't like it either. It's Death Proof.
Yeah.
And the thing is like Death Proof is just sort of like, eh. Like, I don't even know if I would consider it like a bad movie. It's just sort of like not that great, because he's still Tarantino. He still knows what he does. And like, if you like what he does, you're probably going to like 95% of his filmography. You're going to have stuff that you think is better than other things. Like, I could probably easily knock out like a rankings list for his stuff, like what I like the best, what I don't. But he's been super solid and super consistent his entire career. Unlike a lot of these other guys who are the big names. Even Nolan is tripping up right now.
Yeah, he is. Dude, this new movie he has, The Odyssey.
But the thing is like, and when we were talking about that trailer last week, I finally watched it with the audio. You're 100% right about the acting. It's super weird. It's very,
Yeah.
I think you described it as very American.
Yes.
I can't quite remember. Everyone is just speaking in American accents. And it's like,
that's what I was saying is it's off the dialogue.
yeah, and because I watched it a couple times. I can't remember why. I think I was editing. I edited a piece of the trailer like into our podcast, like the opening or whatever. And so I was like going through the trailer, like listening to the dialogue a little more closely, and it's just like it's like weird. Like it used to be when you would make a movie like this, you just gave everybody British accents because it gave it more credibility. Like even if that's not the case, you just do that. And I think part of the reason for that is has a lot to do with the sort of like when you're an actor being part of like the world of like British acting. And being in those kinds of plays and that kind of like it's the Shakespeare, like there's something like almost like more high-minded about being a British actor, and so it's weird to see that he's just like, no, we're gonna do this, and I guess that was his call. I think it's weird. I don't, unless Joseph, this is just actually an Inception sequel, and we don't know it yet. That would be crazy. What a thing to drop on everyone. Where it's just like it starts out and the Odyssey's happening. Could you imagine? I mean, because like I think opening weekend will probably still be good for the Odyssey, and nobody's done this in ages. Nobody's done like an insane stunt with a movie in like a really long time. Like this used to be something that like, poor J.J. Abrams, but like Bad Robot used to kind of like stealth drop trailers and do these sort of things. and it's like you can't do that all the time, but I feel like we're in a period of time where you could do something like that. And you could get, especially because if I know I'm wrong about this, but just bear with me for a second because I think this would be incredible. If you like go to see the Odyssey and like everyone who's been so pissed off about it and like just the way that they're handling everything across the board, it just doesn't seem like the movie's going to do very well. And like you were saying, like it seems like it's his make good for him making Oppenheimer. But you like go into the theater, you're like 15 minutes in and like Leonardo DiCaprio's character shows up from Inception and you're like, what's happening? And then it just turns out it's a sequel to Inception and everyone's like, guys, you have to go see the Odyssey. I can't tell you why, but you have to go see it. And then of course like people would leak it and it'd be all over the place. But bro, that'd be insane. It's never gonna happen. We're gonna get we're gonna just get more modern slop, I think, unfortunately. I'm still going to go see Odyssey. Is that November? Is that right?
No, it's
Is it sooner
July?
Than that? Oh, it's summer movie. Okay.
Yeah,
and it feels like a late season movie to me for some reason.
We have July 17th to be exact. Then we got June 21st, right? We have House of the Dragon. Yeah, June 21st, and it's going to be what, 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, more than likely. And they're I read something recently that they're doing a cold opening. So the battle for what is it?
Battle of the Gullet.
Gullet. I think you're right. Yeah. It's just going to be like a cold opening. Like they're just going to go right into it. At least allegedly.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know if they're. I don't even know if they're going to do a opening for the first episode, or if it's just going to be like, boom, let's go. I think they are at least aware that they kind of owe their audience an apology for the way that they handled season 2.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those deals to where, if I remember correctly, like you had the writer strike going on, and then on top of that, there's some type of executive interference with, there's supposed to be that last battle
Mm-hmm.
at the end of season 2, and then it didn't work. And so, yeah, I think it seems like it was out of the showrunners and writers' hands season 2. So given the benefit of the doubt there.
A producer note.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the problem is though, it's like nobody's going to be blaming the random faceless producers. It's all about the people who are perceived to be in charge. That's where the majority of the vitriol will be aimed, if there is any. Cool. I'm excited to talk about it. Do you think that? I think the thing I'm worried about with season 3 is that we're gonna get all this like hype up front, and then the rest of the season might not live up to that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, right?
Not that
Apparently,
I need battles
to be like 4.5. If I remember correctly, I think. Let me double check. But I saw today that there's going to be 4.5 battle episodes.
So it's like half the season. Jeez.
Yeah. Which I'm like,
that could
read.
Yeah, I know that could produce its own problems.
4.5 big action sequences in 8 episodes. So that's quite the change of pace from watching Dunk and Egg.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like eating breakfast and chilling and talking under a tree and everything.
Oh man, I miss it already. I can't wait for season 2.
Ryan Condal confirmed there are 4.5 big action scenes in House of Dragon season 3. Golet is the biggest. There's another gigantic one, and then 2.5 relatively large sequences.
Okay.
First Tumbleton is confirmed as the finale, so whatever that means.
It doesn't mean anything to me. I've been trying to stay away from it.
Yep, I'm staying away from spoilers myself. That'd be interesting. I mean, depends on how everything plays out, right? Mm-hmm. Battle scenes have their place.
Agreed. Yeah. It's all about the pacing with that kind of stuff when it comes down to it. I feel like I need to pull up. I was kind of going through like all their. Okay. So yeah, you'll have to let me know about Disclosure Day. I will probably go see it anyway. I know a couple people who want to see it. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, that's the one.
I still got to see Devil's Wears Prada.
Bro, how did that
Super
do?
Mario, bro.
I saw Super Mario.
Then I got to see. You did?
Yeah.
And then Mortal Kombat.
We'll talk about it. I'll tell you. I still haven't seen Mortal Kombat. That's the other one on my list I need to see, at least from the more recent stuff that's been coming out. Yeah, Mario is kind of exactly what everybody said it was. It's actually, I found it quite boring, honestly. It really did not do a whole lot for me. Man, if
there really wasn't a good like story
plot
in it, that it was just
it is
going from very hyperactive.
Mm-hmm, it is 100%, 150%, and then, like it just you can see it like it's as they are transitioning to screen. Someone's writing, but it's like it fades to black and it says and then it moves on to the next scene. Fades to black and then moves on to the next scene. Like it was just one of those things I was like, okay. I liked the opening and I was like, okay, cool. It's like good, pretty good setup. And then they kind of go into like the normal thing. There's like one part I liked where Princess Peach, she like leaves to go find out what happened to this other princess. And Mario and Luigi have to like take care of the Mushroom Kingdom while she's not there. And they set it up like it's a homage to like the video games, like the old video games where it's like you're going around to the different levels, so the level like blinks or whatever. So they did some like cool creative stuff with that. I thought that segment was really interesting, and that would be the most I could say about it. Is there's like that I could probably praise about it is like there's a couple sections in it that I really like. I think that if they did a Star Fox movie and kept it roughly in the same animation style as this, like they should give it its own flair for sure. They need to be like this is one of the problems I have with literally everything these days. Everything's so samey looking. Like after a while, it's like everything falls sort of like into the same like visual style, and I'm just tired of it. Like it doesn't seem there doesn't seem to be any like flair or creativity
Yep.
behind
It
certain
doesn't seem to
things.
have its own uniqueness.
Someone will do something interesting, and then everyone will copy that, and then everything becomes that, and it's like, I don't know. So like, I liked Star Fox's like cameo. I thought it was actually in a better movie. It would have been really cool. Yeah, it's like, it's not Bradley Cooper. It's what's that guy's name that's like in everything now? He was in Twisters and
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. So he plays Star Fox, and I think he did a pretty good job with him.
They're definitely doing a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard I heard that it's been quote unquote announced. I don't know how like official it is. But that seems to be what they're.
Guzman plays Wart. That's hilarious.
Yeah. He. It took me a minute to realize that was him, but there's like, yeah, man. It's like I feel like a lot of the talent in the movie was sort of wasted. It does feel sort of like a big ad for Nintendo more than like a well thought out script. And then of course you got the same stupid argument that people always have where it's a kids movie, it doesn't have to make sense, and it's just like, when did we get to
Boots the Last Wish?
I know, dude, but like, when did we get to the point where that was like that was something worth arguing?
Yeah,
it's just a kids movie. It's like,
it's just a kids movie.
That's so unfair it's so unfair to kids. But
Vulcan
I mean,
would be so mad at that.
I know. It's just, it really is unfair to be like, we have to make everything stupid. Because then that's like the impression that you have of children, is that they're just stupid and they can't learn anything from this, and they can't grow and go back to things that they love. Because like, in my mind, and I mean, there's like nostalgia for dumb movies. Like I love we've talked about this before, but like I love the old Mario movie, the live action one. It's terrible. But I'm like, it was like one of my favorite movies growing up because it's like weird and kind of gross, and like it doesn't really like represent Mario very well. But there's something about it that I just love. I don't know. I need it. We should. I won't. That's one of those movies we should go back and do like a re-review of, and talk about it, sort of like we did with The Warriors. We should do more of that because I miss doing that. And sometimes news is like, okay, Star Wars is still dying. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, same stuff.
Dying,
Devil Wears
very slow death.
Did Devil Wears Prada do okay? Did it make money? It kind of feels like it came and went without any kind of like real fanfare. I mean, I know we're not like the specific target audience for that, but I saw the first one when it came out. Like when Devil Wears Prada came out, it was kind of a big deal back in the day.
It was. So it had a budget allegedly of $100 million.
He's learning, everyone.
So let's say
100 million.
Oh yeah, allegedly $100 million.
So 200.
It needed to make $250 million, and it made approximately worldwide between 540 and 613 $million. Let me check box office.
Okay.
This
100.
Is fast AI.
It had to be actors' salaries, right? That's why it was
so high. Yeah. So it made $609 million worldwide. So it definitely made
money.
Its budget back.
They were probably happy. They were probably happy with that. Yeah. I would imagine with your actors' salaries, that's a movie I'll wait till it's streaming and just check it out to be like, all right, like what, why did we get a sequel to this? Like, what's this about? You know what I mean? But okay, I mean, yeah, good on it. I mean, it's not something I think you and I were going to spend much time talking about ever.
No, I mean, I would watch it. I don't have a problem with Devil's Wears Prada. We should do a rom-com movie review.
A rom-com arc? We could do a rom-com arc. Yeah, I don't have very many. Do you have a favorite? Someone asked me this recently. I have an answer. I have an answer to this. I have a pretty, I would say, solid answer to this. Though I should go back and watch it again just to kind of like confirm that that's the case still.
I gotta think of a rom-com list though.
I know.
I mean, there's definitely
they don't make. The thing is like they don't make them anymore.
Well,
really.
it's hard to remember them all. You got Serendipity.
Sure. Yeah.
When Harry met Sally,
Uh-huh.
and hang on. It's complicated,
He's
right?
thinking.
I'm trying to think. What's that one? She's All That? Isn't that one the one?
With Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, yeah. No, not. I'm not thinking about that one. The one where the girl's a nerd, then she has a glow up.
Is that She's All That? It's like the classic. Yeah, you might be right. What am I thinking? Oh, She's the Man is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking of She's.
Where she, can't make that movie. Well, I guess you could. Or she dresses up like a boy to get Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Or like I don't even think she's after Channing Tatum, but they end up like rooming together or whatever.
What's your favorite?
It's Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
it's 100% my favorite.
That's a good one.
It used to be 500 Days of Summer.
That's the one I was thinking of. That was the one that kept coming to my mind was 500 Days of Summer.
I like a lot of 500 Days of Summer. I think that movie works pretty well. I like sort of like what it's going for, and at the time it was a bit of a. This is back when like subverting things really wasn't a problem because it wasn't everyone's expectation to do this, but it subverted the genre, because your love interests don't end up together, and it shows like a little bit more of what life can really be like in a relationship. It shows, it doesn't go like, we're not talking like Marriage Story, right? Like I like Marriage Story a lot too, because I occasionally I really like when movies try to just put the harsh reality of things like into perspective for the audience. Yeah, be real. But I don't want that all the time. It's not why I go to the movies. I don't want that all the time.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of like Game of Thrones, that genre, or George R.R. Martin's writing style is very nihilistic hedonism, as I called it, and it's very gray, and there's a place for it, but you don't want that all the time. And at the end of the day, your hero still needs to win, and that's my problem with the ending of Game of Thrones. It's like, well, you can have all this stuff in between, and he doesn't necessarily have to win in the way that you expect him to. But it's kind of like, if this doesn't happen, then what's the point for the beginning?
Exactly.
You're just trying to tell a story where we're all like at the end, oh, hey, life sucks. Okay, great. Like, not true. Life doesn't suck. But number two,
Oh man, we could talk about it. Oh God, we could talk about the ending of Game of Thrones forever. I think probably will be. We'll probably be like 80 and be like, they should have done. Why did they do it this way?
Yeah.
We're like, let it go.
Hey, Crazy
like,
Stupid
never
Love's
let
a
it go.
good one.
Dude, I love that movie. The twist in that. I saw that movie in theaters.
I'm surprised you didn't say Bros, dude.
Forgot that came out. But yeah,
I don't. Did anybody see that movie? How many people?
Some people did.
Bros.
Oh, dude. But yeah, it's like Steve Carell's like great in it. Ryan Gosling's great in it. The twist about halfway through the movie, which I won't spoil. I know the movie's been out for about 16 years or so. So I think that came out in like 2010, if I remember right. Like it's funny. It's kind of, borderline a classic at this point. Like it just, that movie doesn't get talked about enough, I don't think.
Worldwide, 1.1 million people saw Bros.
Ooh.
The vast majority of that.
Okay.
America. That's way more than I thought. How many of those were resells though?
Yeah.
Like people going to, I gotta go see this again.
Yeah, that was just another one that came and went. It's funny that you remembered that because like I feel like most
saw it
people
on a list the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, those are probably the top two, but like I like 10 Things I Hate About You and Serendipity.
Oh, yeah.
And
there's that one with Jack Nicholson and what's her name?
Diane Keaton. Is that right? I think I know what you're talking about.
It's complicated.
No. It's Matt, no. Mad About You's a television show.
As good as it gets.
As good as it
no,
gets.
Something. No. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. Yeah. It's crazy, man. That genre just. What happened to that genre?
I think maybe it's what Matt Damon said is that, maybe a lot of those movies just made their budget back on like DVD sales and everything.
Well,
but I'm wondering now, like with kind of how everything's going with box office movies and blockbuster movies, how they're not really hitting like they used to. And I wonder if we'll see a resurgence of small budget movies like rom-coms getting theatrical releases and starting to do well.
Well, something's got to give in Hollywood, that's for sure.
I see what you did there.
You see what
Oh.
But yeah, well, and it reminds me, you sent this to me, and I still need to watch it. That movie Obsession came out, had like what $750,000 budget. Is that right? It was
Something
like
$1 million.
Crazy low budget. Hang on, I can bring it up because it was like number 2 at the box office. We should talk about both of these. I know I harp on the numbers sometimes. Yeah,
no, but
$1 million
that's a crazy story.
$1 million budget, 90 million worldwide. Yeah. Huge success.
I helped guide the person who directed and wrote it and everything. So.
They're finally listening. The other one that's really crazy.
I don't even know what that movie's about.
Michael, $155 million budget, almost $800 million worldwide box office.
So what you're saying is, because these are from YouTube people, right?
Well,
like
Obsession is, not Michael.
Okay.
I don't even know.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
Antoine, I'm pretty sure Antoine Fuqua directed this. Where's my director?
Try to say that 3 times fast.
Antoine Fuqua.
That's a heck of a name. That's an awesome name.
I'll tell you something. Hang on. Let me look.
It's that last name that really pulls it and makes it strong. You know?
Yes. He's black.
That's how. No.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that for the longest time because, like, especially when I was in high school, because he did Training Day. He did, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he did. Is it the one? Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. He did the. I'm pretty sure he did the Equalizer as well. And I'm gonna spell his name wrong, but that's okay.
Heck of a name, man.
Yeah.
That last name really just pulls it together.
Antoine.
Oh yeah, I can see it. That's I said strong, and yeah, he looks like a strong man. But yeah, so he did the Equalizer. He did Southpaw.
Mm-hmm.
The Magnificent Seven,
which was all right, but
he was a. Go ahead.
These are producer credits. Hang on. Looking for
the Terminal List. He did direct an episode for that, and that's coming out this year randomly after what is 2026? So 4 years, dude. 4 years.
Crazy.
What are we doing, people?
He's had
good grief. I can't believe it's been 4 years since that.
He's got a pretty solid career.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm. Not everything. He directed that King Arthur. I didn't realize he directed that King Arthur movie from 2004.
2004. Oh yeah.
Oh, he did The Replacement Killers. I like that movie.
Oh, I didn't know that he directed that either. Mm-hmm. That wasn't that bad, really.
That movie was
all right.
The Replacement Killers was hyper influential on me when I was growing up because it was on TV
I'm
a
talking
lot.
About King Arthur.
Oh, King Arthur.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was all right. I remember.
Yeah. It was a movie. I think I think a 6.3 out of 10's fairly
probably pretty
accurate.
Spot on.
Tears of the Sun.
Ooh.
I forgot he did Olympus Has Fallen. I mean, The Equalizer's great.
Yeah.
At least the first one. I didn't like the third one.
Nah.
I thought 2 was okay, and then I did not like 3.
It dipped. It was a decline.
I think you could probably tell he was not all that interested. But then, Michael making as much money as it did, and I mean, at least on IMDb, it's sitting at a 7.7, which is probably pretty fair for that movie.
I've heard good things about it too.
Considering everybody, I think, was just hoping it was going to be a massive hit piece. And And I
they were hoping that.
Yeah, and I think
Wedding Singer's a good one too, by the way.
Yeah, Wedding Singer. Yeah. I also I like Wedding Crashers quite a bit too, which I think it counts as a rom-com.
You think that counts? Yeah.
It's
we can let it count.
It's very I kind of, man, I sort of, again, not all the time, but I miss that movie was super sincere and also had the more adult nature to it. You don't always get that. You usually get one or the other. And I always thought that movie did a really good job of mixing the two. Your two main characters actually grow by the end of it. And it's funny. They keep a pretty consistent level of humor throughout that, but both of your characters go from these two guys who basically are just going to weddings to sleeping with women, and then they actually meet women that they like. They fall in love with them, and then when they run into Will Ferrell at the end, and he's like, weddings aren't the thing anymore, guys. It's all about the funerals.
Oh yeah,
the movie has a pretty this great consistency to it. Yeah, but you don't, and that's the point, is because they get to that point and they go to the funeral with him, and they're like, what are we doing? It's insane. Now that I'm really thinking about it, to see a movie like that from then, that the main characters have an actual arc through the movie, and they grow as people, and it's yeah, guys, they used to do this kind of stuff. This is why this stuff is people still like these things, is because they connect with the growth of a character. They don't end the same way, because if that movie ended the same way that it started, I think most people would be whatever. It had some funny moments, but it's forgettable. But I think when you really nail down, I mean, we've always talked about this, but I think when you really nail down your characters, that's the stuff that keeps people coming back. I mean, you bring it up all the time, but The Last Wish, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, that movie works so well because the characters are so good.
Yep.
That's the core
there's so
of
much
that.
depth to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you got the main narrative that's going on and the subtext beneath everything.
And there's the difference between the villain and I forget his friend's name in that, the little dog who is just always hyper, chipper and upbeat and ready to go and wants to see the good in things despite how hard the situation is. And then you have the villain.
That movie came out the same year.
I need to watch it
that
again.
The Terminal List came out. Just FYI for everyone.
Oh
Perito is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who was the villain in that again?
It was Jack Horner.
Jack Horner, that's right. I was Jack something. But you get to see the difference between them, and then watching Puss in Boots come to sort of the realization of his mortality.
Yep.
And it was all in this kids movie. It's you can
Which is
do
perfect,
these.
because you get the the adults that are there. You get their attention, and you're capturing them with a storyline that actually works.
Mm-hmm.
But then along with that, you're getting these themes for kids as well to pick up on. Even that, understanding mortality in a way that makes sense to kids, but maybe they won't fully understand it, but the adults will.
I think this is a really good segue into our last section.
Okay.
You brought this back to my attention because this was something I was kind of waiting to hear about. LAIKA, the company that that did Coraline, Kubo and the Two Strings, Paranorman, and a couple other movies that I am not as familiar with. Box Trolls and
Box Trolls is a good one.
The Missing Link. Those two kind of somehow they passed me by. I'm actually gonna go back and watch them now because I was all right. I was those look good. LAIKA does stop motion animation with clay. Something that takes a really long time, really long process.
Yep.
And the movie looks really cool.
It does. It looks really good.
I
I think I sent you the trailer, or maybe I just was telling you about it. I'm like, dude, this movie looks like it's gonna be like I want to go see this in the theater. That's what a trailer should do. One of the things I have a
It should
problem with
suck
the
you in.
trailers, even this Disclosure Day, is now I know what the alien looks like.
Yeah, they
in
reveal-
Disclosure Day, and it's like, what are we doing here, people?
Yeah, they're not leaving any mystery for the actual viewing.
That's what I'm talking about.
experience.
That's why it's like, well, do I really need to go see it in the theater, or now can I just wait for it to come out?
Well-
I don't know. There's nothing left mysterious, but as far as with that with the new film they have coming out, what's it called again? I'm sorry.
The Wildwood. We're
Yeah,
talking about
Wildwood.
LAIKA. Yeah.
Yeah, LAIKA. That trailer pulled me into it deep.
It's cool. It's got, I think it's based on a book or some story. It's got the Nutcracker vibes. You see what, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like some of that, and it looks a little, so like Coraline's pretty dark. Like, you've seen Coraline, right?
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
sure you've
Yep.
seen Coraline.
Yep.
And like I think it's really interesting. Their movies they kind of fluctuate with tone. Paranorman is kind of dark, whereas like Box Trolls feels like it's a little more lighthearted. The Missing Link looks a little more lighthearted. Kubo and the Two Strings is a little more serious. That might be my favorite. I almost just need to go back and watch all of their movies again. But when Kubo came out, I thought that movie was excellent. And so that was the last one that I saw, and then I think they did something else in between that, but they have a pretty good track record of their stuff. So I'm excited that they're doing another movie, and I really do hope this one does well. I hope it gets. I hope they spend their budget wisely, their marketing budget wisely on this one, and get some interesting stuff going on. There's not. I mean, I don't know a ton about the story. It's basically like this girl's brother, her little brother, gets kidnapped, and she ends up in this sort of like magical forest in an attempt to save him. And I honestly, dude, if I didn't see another trailer for this and they don't show anything else or give any more like explanation, I don't think I need anything else. I think it's got enough interesting. Yeah, it's got enough interesting little things going on in it to make me be like, okay, yeah, you've sold me. I'll get a ticket. I'll go see it.
Yep.
You know. Same thing with The Furious. So that's coming out pretty soon, isn't it? We're not too. I think that's like a couple weeks.
Yeah, let's see. I'll pull it up here.
I think
The Furious. That's that movie you've been talking about. Yeah, it comes out June 12th.
June 12th. I'm gonna be very sad if that turns out to not be good.
Yeah.
Because
isn't that the movie about the father who fights against the people who kidnap his daughter?
Yeah, it's like he teams up with this other guy who's got his own reasons for like what he's doing. And then his daughter gets kidnapped, so he's like trying to hunt down the people who took her. It looks really cool, and it's seemingly like early screenings of it. People have really been liking it, so
nice.
I really hope it turns out to be good. There's only one other question that everyone in the audience wants to know, Joseph, before we close this episode out.
What's that?
When are you going to hop on Apex with me and start?
Yeah, I do, don't I? I still need to check it out, man.
Brother.
My wife's been digging Crimson Desert, so we've been playing that a lot. We both been. I need to hop on Apex with you. I don't even know how to play it anymore, dude.
Dude, it took me a little. It's like riding a bike.
Okay.
It took me a day or two to readjust to the flow and the guns and just sort of like how the combat works. There's like a ton of new characters, but I've already found my new main.
it's fun, dude. I've been having a blast. It's just been nice to like pick it up and play a few games with people, and then just be like, okay, what we need to do is, this will cost too much money, but we need to teach Kayla how to play, and then we can climb ranked with Kayla. I think that would be funny. Be like, all right,
that would be hilarious.
But yeah, man, it's been really cool to like get back into that for a little bit. It's so funny. I've been so out of like the competitive everything when it comes to games. Like, I've been very happy to just play my single player games, do whatever, like just in my own world when I'm doing that. And then something happened not too long ago, and I was like, man, I kind of like miss it a little bit. I was like, I kind of want to get back into some kind of competitive multiplayer, like something that I think I could do okay at,
Yeah. And that's what Apex was for you?
Apex just kind of hit it. Yeah, it's weird.
I used to kill at that game.
Oh, I know, dude. Like, we've been having a blast.
You remember how intense I was?
Oh, dude. And like, that's the thing is like, I found like a really good balance, because like I can get hyper competitive too.
Yeah.
But I found a really good
competitive in that game. that competition
bro.
game.
It's crazy though. Like, some of the people in that, like, they will humble you so fast. It's unreal at times that I'm just like, no way that just happened. Like, I don't. But it's been really cool, and like I found this like really nice place of enjoying the competitive nature and trying to be like serious about like when we're pushing and the way that we're like doing things, and thinking about the mistakes that I've made in a game, or like, okay, how could I have done that differently? Like, is there something? Because I like playing support characters, and then the girl that I'm playing as now, she they're not permanent shields, but basically the way that she works is that if someone cracks your shields, she can put a temporary one back on, so like you can either stay in the fight or stay alive longer.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's like, and she's like she's like a really competitive in ranked right now, as far as like picks for different characters, but she fits like my play style really well, because like I like being aggressive, but I also like being able to just like help the team make those pushes and then support them from like either like right behind or like making pushes around in like a way that I can still see the other team. Sorry guys, I know this isn't our normal thing, but I've been having so much fun. I was actually kind of surprised how much I was enjoying playing the game.
I need to check it out.
I don't think they had it back then. They were like testing these modes out, but they have like a death match now. So you don't, instead of having to jump into like a game where maybe you'll run into a few teams and like you're only getting in a couple fights, this is just like consistent fights over and over and over again. So like you can learn the guns, you can learn the combat style, you can learn how you want to like hit certain angles or like where you might have gone wrong in that gunfight, and it's just like boom, 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 because it's like first to 40 or something like that. So they've added in some other modes to kind of help people adjust to the way that the combat works. You can like spend a little more time like with different characters and how their skill sets work and other things like that. It's really cool. It's pretty solid.
I remember when I used to watch like It's Timmy and Fade and what's that Shag or Shaq, and then there was this chick too. What was her name? Like
Timmy
Lulu Lovely,
Tatman, right? He still
I didn't watch.
Okay, he still plays.
I mean, I've watched him.
Yeah.
But It's Timmy is one, and then there's like Shag or oh man, what was his name? I can't remember. Oh, it was Shiv FPS. Okay. That's who it was.
Yeah, man, the only. And again, it's a free-to-play game, so bearing that in mind, the monetization is a little ridiculous.
Really?
It's a little ridiculous. I think they've gone most of the stuff you don't ever have to buy. Like if you want to like get. In fact, I don't think technically you ever have to buy anything. It just the ability to unlock certain things is going to take a really long time. So like at the ultimate season pass, like you unlock all the characters and then you get the current season pass was like $20. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna pick it up. It's like I'll figure out what characters I like, and then that way, when I want to go to like permanently unlock them, I know who I like and who I don't care to unlock, like who I'll never use.
Right.
So it works. It's just like it's a little of that like old school monetization that's like, all right, guys. And unfortunately, with some characters, because certain characters in seasons are more competitive than others, I wouldn't call it's like on that line of pay to win. Like it isn't.
I got you.
Because a character,
But it's on that line.
It's on that line because a character who is competitive now might not be in future seasons. So like you remember Mirage? He was like the guy who could do all that. So like he used to be like pretty competitive, like the way that the game used to work. Him and Caustic and like a couple other characters, hyper competitive. They're not anymore because the game's changed. It's all about like movement characters and being as fast as possible and dropping on the heads of your enemies and taking them out as quickly as possible. It's very fast. It's like it's almost terrifying sometimes, but it's so much fun. Just like
I wonder if the R301 is still one of the best.
301's still good. The Hemlock is actually one of the best guns
now?
in the game now.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Hemlock and the R99 is a combination, like absolutely wreck. What's up, Caravaggio? Welcome to the end of the stream, my guy. Hope you've been doing good. But yeah, if you get back into it, we'll do some streams. We'll just title them "Us Playing Apex Badly."
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be good.
Yeah, dude. So just let me know.
I'll let you know.
The people want to know. That people want to know when you're coming out of retirement, Joseph.
Yeah, I'll have to let you know if I announce that I'm coming out.
Mm-hmm. But I think it would be so funny to have Kay play with us.
Dude,
try to teach her.
She would get so stressed out. I don't know if she could handle it. She would just be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting frustrated. She gets hyper competitive too.
It's so funny. I think a lot of people, even the people who are like, nah, I don't really get that. I'm not that competitive or whatever. You put them in the right scenario, I think that changes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
You know how,
sorry.
You know how I am, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm there too. I don't think there's anybody that I play with that if you go on enough of a losing streak, they're not going to start being like, what are we doing wrong? You know, what do we need to be doing? So, all right, Joseph, do you have anything else before we close out this episode today?
Nah, man, that is it.
All right, dude. Well, thank you all for checking out the show this week, whether you did that in the troll room on our live streams or whether you're catching this on whatever podcast network you happen to be enjoying this on. Joseph, we have quite, our audience, not huge, quite diverse, I found out.
Oh, really?
Yes. Before we go, this is the last little thing, last little segment. I let me pull up the, this is specifically from our podcast numbers. So this is people who are downloading and specifically downloading the podcast on iTunes or whatever service they happen to be using. Let me pull up the numbers if I can remember how to find them. Full analytics, I think, is what we want. Should give me audience. Here it is. Wait. Is it engagement? Oh, here we go. It's under engagement. Okay, so about 61% of our audience is United States. Which you would think that number would be higher percentage-wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
9.3% of our current audience. Do you want to take a guess where
India.
it's... No. Correct first letter, not India.
Ooh. Iraq.
No.
Iran.
Italy.
Interesting.
9.3%. Coming in at number 3, 6.5%. Thailand.
Nice.
And then for this was the one that made me really excited. 4.2%. 4.2% from Brazil.
Oh.
Obrigado.
Nice.
France, Germany, about 5% Canada. Here we go. Very bottom of the list. 0.2%. One person is downloading our podcast in Israel. 3 people in the UK. Yeah, so it's like I got in here the other day because I was poking around and just kind of like looking at some of the features on our podcast host. And our numbers have actually for a podcast, like the downloads and everything, have been really good lately.
Do we have more listeners from Israel or Iran?
Ooh, I don't think anybody. I don't think Iran can even get access to. Brother, if Iran has access to our show, we probably can never go there.
Not.
Crap, I lost that all of a sudden. But yeah, man, I just thought it was really cool. I thought that was like a fun little thing when I was poking around in there. So thank you to our international audience for hanging out. Yeah, dude, our downloads in the last 90 days are up 113%.
Dang, man. That's
pretty
awesome.
good. The numbers on like just this is the thing. So we haven't talked about this yet because last week I was insanely busy, which usually isn't the case. It's usually you. But
Yes,
I had so much going. I was like getting mad how much I had going on last week, and I still it's some of that stuff has pushed over into this week. Just trying to get caught up on a bunch of stuff because I just haven't had time. But I'm working on just like a value for value thing that I can drop into the show at the beginning of the show, so that because we haven't really been like talking about it much, but like our numbers are moving in this direction. Yeah, we're up 301% in the last 28 days.
Dang, man. That's
so,
not bad.
and this way, with like our flow for the show, there's like certain like that was one of the things I always wanted us to be like hitting. So I was listening to Adam Curry again recently, and I was like, dang, like we got to start doing that again, like just really getting back on the ball with that. And so I was like, I wrote a script. And I'll let you know because I might have you help me with it.
Okay.
Just get you to record some lines. And then basically we'll have a pre-recorded value for value statement, like 30 seconds, that I'll play at the beginning of our shows as soon as
Perfect.
It's done. From whenever it's finally done, from that show forward, we'll do our introduction, and then we'll play that before we get into the show. And that'll be...
That works for me.
I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, put it at the top of the show, and then we'll be good to go. So yeah, please look forward to that.
Oh, I am.
But yeah, thank you to our international audience for all of you out there. Joseph, unless you have anything else,
That is it, man.
until next time, y'all, take it easy.
See ya.